There were certain moments during public appearances that last only seconds, yet somehow reveal far more than an entire speech ever could. During the recent visit of Harry and Meghan to Jordan, one such brief moment quietly found its way into the camera's frame. At first glance, it appeared completely ordinary. There was no argument, no raised voices, and certainly no dramatic confrontation worthy of headlines, just a short exchange between Meghan Markle and James Holt during their visit to the National Center for Rehabilitation of Addicts. However, a closer look makes the interaction feel slightly awkward. While the rest of the audience stood attentively, listening politely like a well-prepared crowd at a formal gathering, Meghan suddenly turned toward Holt as if she had something to say. The exchange was quick, just a few words that were barely audible, but their body language seemed to tell a deeper story. Holt responded with a raised eyebrow and a restrained, almost diplomatic smile, the sort of expression people offer when they are attempting to remain polite in a mildly uncomfortable situation. Moments later, he quietly moved toward the back of the group, briefly looking around with a hint of uncertainty, as if unsure of where he was meant to stand. Of course, it could mean absolutely nothing. It might simply be one of those fleeting moments that happen in crowded public settings. Yet, when compared with the calm focus of everyone else present, it stands out just enough to make viewers pause. Meghan's nonverbal cues in that instant seemed slightly impatient, a quick tilt of the head toward Holt, and a subtle movement of the chin that almost resembled a silent instruction. Immediately afterward, she turned back toward the speaker, quickly adjusted her hair, and began moving her mouth in a familiar manner often noticed during her public appearances. The exchange becomes even more intriguing when considering who James Holt is. He previously served as a senior executive at Archwell Foundation before it was reorganized into Archwell Philanthropies. Often described as a trusted aide within the Sussex circle, Holt has been around long enough to understand how the organization operates behind the scenes. In that light, their interaction appeared less like a casual conversation between colleagues and more like a brief correction from a superior. Holt's reaction, a raised eyebrow followed by a polite smile and quiet withdrawal, gave the impression of someone accustomed to responding diplomatically. Naturally, interpreting body language is always subjective, yet online observers were quick to link the moment to a broader narrative that has surrounded the Sussex household for years, particularly discussions about staff turnover and former aides quietly moving on. Some critics suggest that working within such a high-profile environment can be intense, while others argue that this level of pressure is simply typical in organizations operating under constant public scrutiny. Another topic that unexpectedly sparked discussion was Meghan's posture during the event. Some viewers noted that her shoulders appeared slightly hunched forward, which contrasted with the upright, almost textbook posture often associated with Catherine, Princess of Wales. While posture analysis may seem trivial, royal watchers have long paid close attention to these subtle details. Within royal culture, posture, gestures, and body language often function as part of an unspoken code. Stand tall, move with composure, and maintain a gentle smile. When someone appears tense, impatient, or slightly uncomfortable in such a setting, cameras tend to notice immediately. Perhaps the most ironic observation circulating online captured this idea perfectly. Of all the qualities critics say Meghan sometimes struggles to project convincingly, appearing completely unbothered may be the most difficult. When someone genuinely feels at ease, it naturally shows. But when someone is working hard to appear calm and in control, small cracks can occasionally appear in the tiniest gestures. A brief head movement, a restrained smile, or an aide quietly stepping out of frame can quickly turn a 5-second moment into the internet's newest body language puzzle. Whether the exchange truly carried any meaning, or whether online audiences are simply overanalyzing yet another Sussex moment, remains open to interpretation. In the world of royal intrigue, however, even the smallest moments rarely remain small for long.